Al Sharpton is an idiot. Al Sharpton is a race-baiting piece of trash who has done nothing positive for the black community. Al Sharpton is one of those preacher pimps. How black people elected this guy to be one of our black leaders is a complete joke to me. And it should be to you. I have a line in one of my songs that goes, I don't ever see Al Sharpton speaking when Chicago has 30 murders in one weekend. Black lives matter all the time, not just when one of them kills one of our kind. Cause I don't ever see Al Sharpton speaking when Chicago has 30 murders in one weekend. The only time Al Sharpton cares about black lives is if there's something in it for him. Mainly money. When I was growing up, I studied Al Sharpton. When I was growing up, I studied Jesse Jackson, asking myself, why is this person the, quote, leader of me? Why is this person supposedly the leader of my people? During my research, I started disliking them even more. I began to see right through Al Sharpton. I began to see right through Jesse Jackson, and I saw them for what they really were. 2-bit con men. Nothing more, nothing less. I was listening to my homegirl Dana's podcast, The Real Dana, on YouTube. She's based out of New York, and she does a show with Judge Joe Brown. She has a dope show, and I'm so glad to see her rise in the YouTube world. She's almost at 100,000 subscribers. I remember her when she had less than 1,000. I've been on her show several times, and I'm hoping to get her on mine this year. Subscribe to The Real Dana on YouTube. Her and Judge Joe Brown had an interesting conversation about Al Sharpton and some recent comments he made about Donald Trump. I'm going to play this clip, and I'm going to comment in between. Once again, please subscribe to The Real Dana on YouTube.
Al Sharpton on the Morning Joe saying that Donald Trump is running a white supremacist campaign. If you took the hood off a KKK member, they're Democrats, right? So I want to play this clip real quick. So quick.
Before we get into Al Sharpton, let's comment on that. If you took the hood off a KKK member, they would be a Democrat. Keep in mind, this is a sister talking. This is a woman of color, black woman, whatever she wants to be called. And she states, and I truly believe, you take the hood off a KKK member and they're a Democrat. You think the Democrats care about you? You think the Democrats care about you, black people? Come on. The KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, those guys were started by Democrats who didn't want any filthy N-words to even be around. They didn't want y'all to even be considered full humans. We were like 2/5 of a human or something crazy like that. That was all Democrat doing. Oh, but Dusty Angel, that was in the 1800s. Come on, man. You know things have changed. Come on, dog. You tripping, bro. How cute is that, huh? You think things have changed? Yeah, 1950s, the Democrats didn't want y'all having any rights. Remember that civil rights era that we went through? They didn't want y'all to go to school with their precious white children. They didn't want none of that. But the Democrats care about you, huh? Oh, but Dusty Vision, come on. That was in the 1950s. Things have changed. Fast forward to the 1990s, 3 strikes law, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, locking all y'all up. I mean, they're responsible for locking up more people than probably all of the more black people specifically than all the presidents combined before them. But what, they love us, huh? This was just the 1990s. This was 30 years ago. Modern day slavery. But let's get back to the real Dana, and more specifically, Al Sharpton's comments on the Morning Joe about Donald Trump.
I think that he has taken off any cover, that he is really running a clear white supremacist campaign. He has stood there and called whites that tried to stop the certification of an election, which is tantamount to trying to overthrow the government. He's called them hostages, while they are real hostages in the Middle East. At the same time, imagine if you were a family member of a hostage in the Middle East, hearing him calling people that tried to overthrow an election a hostage equivalent to them. And then he's going to call people of color that are coming from Central, Latin America, Haiti, animals.
False. Taken out of context, knock it off. I know a lot of you hate Trump, a lot of you dislike Trump, but come on, you're still using that one? Oh my God. Let's keep going.
Okay, so he's basically calling Trump a white supremacist.
I call him a goddamn
I love Judge Joe Brown.
the man is committing genocide against chickens.
Oh,
He's eating so many poor chickens. He's public enemy number one for the chicken population. Yeah, chicken.
Al Sharpton has the weirdest shape on a person I've ever seen. He almost needs to gain weight to keep up with that big old head that he got. But that's a whole other story. Let's keep it going. Judge Joe Brown talking about Al Sharpton's recent comments on The Morning Joe about Donald Trump.
Even pimp preacher. He ain't even got a pulpit.
He's a pimp preacher without a pulpit. Try saying that 3 times. Pimp preacher without a pulpit. Pimp preacher without a pulpit. Pimp preacher without a pulpit. That is Al Sharpton.
He's talking nonsense. And the first thing is his ignorance is extraordinary, as I just pointed out. Stupid bozo, go back to eating your chicken, and maybe you can get a handout from Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. You look like one of them fools who wait out there for 2.5 hours in the 90-degree sun to get a chicken sandwich.
Sound like the judge doesn't like Al Sharpton, to say the least, for lack of better words. Doesn't sound like the judge really cares too much about Al Sharpton. Sounds like the judge thinks the same about Al Sharpton as I do. Let's keep it pushing.
That's an example of why you should be careful about eating fried foods. Your cholesterol level will build up. You will get plaque in your carotid arteries, and it'll cut down or restrict the flow of blood to your brain, and you won't be thinking clearly. So,
is that what happened to Al Sharpton? Has he been eating too much fried chicken all this year? His arteries are clogged, and it's restricting flow to his brain, which is preventing him from thinking like a normal human being and not a ding-dong. That's what it is. Al Sharpton, man, see, that's why y'all shouldn't be eating too much fried food. I've been trying to tell y'all this for years. Stop eating all that fried food, or you too will start thinking like Al Sharpton.
obviously, Reverend Al has been getting clogged arteries in his neck, and maybe he needs an angioplasty to clear them out so he doesn't think so weirdly. Wait, let me ask you a question. It's supposed to be Reverend Al Sharpton, right?
Uh-huh.
Where does he preach?
Reverend. So is it like doctor, where you can just call yourself a doctor, but you're not really a doctor? You just like went to college and got a PhD. Like, is that how it is, right? Because Reverend Al Sharpton, first of all, who would follow anything this dingbat says inside of a holy house, inside of a church of God? This guy's a piece of dookie, but let's keep going.
Can you see him delivering a sermon? What the hell would he talk about in terms of a message to the people?
Well, Jesus once said that if you eat fried chicken, then that sounds about what he would say.
Keep your soul from going to hell.
Nothing. But that's what I'm saying. So,
We must work for the devil. Oh, we've been caught.
It's a money grab for him. It's
So that's how he's pimping it all out. He gets
Everything's a money grab for Al Sharpton. It's always been a money grab for Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton has never cared about you. Never cared about our people. He doesn't care about his own people. Al Sharpton cares about the people in his wallet. Benjamin Franklin, Andrew Jackson, and the rest of those guys. That's all he cares about. Green, baby.
Pulpit with CNN, and they keep firing his ass, but they bring him back. So he gets called in to be the showpiece plantation Negro. He's the slave preacher, and he gets to get up and go do his thing, and he say, it's horrible.
He's the slave preacher. Because anyone who follows this man is a slave, a modern day slave. Anybody who thinks this man is a genius, brilliant, anything like that, anybody who thinks Al Sharpton is any of those things, you're a modern day slave. Comment down below. What do you think? Am I tripping? Is Dana tripping? Is Judge Joe Brown tripping when we say this Al Sharpton guy is not for us? Comment down below. And please make sure you subscribe to The Real Dana on YouTube. You will enjoy her content. I'm telling you. Definitely go over there and hit that and tell her Dusty Vision TV sent you. And please, please, please follow me. Subscribe to me on Rumble, on the Rumble app. Download the Rumble app right now. Like, go to your store, your Google store, your Apple store, and download Rumble, RUMBLE. And please subscribe to Dusty Vision TV. That's all one word, Dusty Vision TV on the Rumble app. It's a much more uncensored version of what you're going to get on YouTube. And please, 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 if you're on Instagram, follow me. And if you're on Facebook, follow me as well. And please subscribe to my second channel right here on YouTube, Dusty Vision Radio. I have about 2,500 subscribers on that, and I'm really trying to blow that one up. And lastly, guys, I want to thank you for getting me to 40,000 subscribers right here on YouTube. I'm so proud and happy, and I want to thank each and every one of you for organically growing with me and just staying with me during this time. Please stick around. I got a lot of big things coming up, and I really, really, really just want to thank you. That's all I can really say, man. Thank you for the 40,000 subscribers. I'm gonna get the heck out of here, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, peace.